Okay, hello everybody. My name is Leslie Williams and I'm in San Diego, California. I live in La Jolla. Please excuse my appearance, but I've been working all day doing landscape work. And as you can obviously tell that I'm in a tent. Hold on. Now, I'm taking this small break in order to make this video, in order to be able to describe to you some of the things that are happening to me. And I'm going to be talking kind of fast in this video because I'm going to be able to incorporate as much details in this video. It's going to be a 15-minute video, so I got to kind of condense as many details as I possibly can. As a result of being an organized stalking, gang stalking target, we are made homeless. Targets of this crime are made homeless. Organized stalking, gang stalking is not stalking by gangs. Organized stalking, gang stalking is a type of a crime, just like robbery, assault, grand theft, murder, anything. Okay, it's a type of a crime that operates as a result of organized crime members being in the system at every level, federal, state, and local. And basically what they're doing is using their employment descriptions in order to perpetrate their criminalities against the target. And they also have syndicated members that are out within the community, including, but not limited to, other employment descriptions like property owners, landlords, postal employees who are used for mail theft and or mail delayment pertaining to whatever they decide to steal if they think that the effect and or result of the theft will benefit them. And in reference to the result and the effect of stealing or delaying the rent brings about a result of the target having to live in I'm having a cognitive reset, just bear with me just for a second. See, in gang stalking, what they'll do is that they find creative ways to make target individuals homeless. Now, that is not what this video is about. But you can go to the internet and extensively and you can extensively research gang stalking, creating homelessness of targets, organized stalking, creating homelessness of targets. And then once you start researching that, you'll be able to see through the targeted individuals' blogs and YouTube videos that the landlords, property owners, and or mail theft and mail delayment postal workers played a role in it. Okay. You also see that they stage events at apartment complexes, motel rooms, in order to use those events in reference to how they accuse the target of doing something, and then use that as an excuse to evict the target, like from the apartment complex and or motel room, the property. The whole goal for them is to create the destitution of the target so they can then exploit the destitution to exploit the target by using schemes, staged events, that are brought about towards the target. If they'll gang stalk a target to an apartment complex and to a motel room, do you honestly think they will not gang stalk a target to a hiking area? Of course they will. In fact, earlier today, before I got outside of this tent, I've been doing work for the last 3.5 hours. Before I got outside of the tent to begin to do this work, I turned on my phone. I even made a separate video. Hold on a second. I turned on my phone and I typed in gang stalking and park rangers. Now, you can do that right now or when at your leisure. Excuse me. All you have to do is go to Google and type in not only how they create the homelessness, okay? When you type in like gang stalking creating homelessness of targets, organized stalking creating homelessness of targets, mail theft and mail delayment, and gang stalking and postal workers. Now, when you research these descriptions by keywording them in at Google or whatever search engine you use, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the amount of Google-generated numeric responses that come up in reference to each of these descriptions being typed in at Google, and then read the blogs concerning what targets are posted online concerning how they were made homeless. And then you're going to be able to see how the homelessness is created using methods, tactics, maneuvers, and schemes, and employment descriptions. Okay? Now, the goal for them is obviously, like I've already stated, one of the goals of gang stalking is to create the homelessness and then keep it managed covertly. In fact, I read Erica Dean Gilmore's, she's got a PDF documentation file online right now. They went as far as flooding out the ceiling of her bathroom, which was the floor of the apartment that was above her. And then she requested on numerous occasions to have the landlord fix it, and he wouldn't. Then they used, they then used a city inspector, his employment description, to come in pretend like he's taking a look at the apartment, and then deeming it as uninhabitable, causing her to have to move, which resulted in her being out on the street. From what I'm understanding and some of the information that's online, she did go to motel rooms and was gang stalked there as well. Now, after this homelessness was created of her, she went and applied for tenancy at other apartment complexes. All of the landlords told her no. One, though, when she went back to check on the application that she applied for tenancy at one of the apartment complexes, the landlord, who I guess had some sense of civility and morality to him, told her that a man had approached him and told him not to rent to her. Now, these individuals are walking around with fake badges. Okay, they create what is known as fake, bogus criminal investigation files. They will then approach a prospective landlord or property owner and say, this person, who's actually the target, is under criminal investigation, and so far we haven't been able to catch them in what they're doing, and they'll claim that they're doing anything that's illegal, and then they'll say along the lines, it's probably in your best interest to not rent to them, okay, and or a real cop will do it. At any level, and at any level, like a lieutenant, sergeant, regular flatfoot cop, detective, including at the federal level. Okay? Now, this is done to keep the covertly created homelessness current, so they can then attempt to exploit her and her child. Now, they literally attempted to get her involved in prostitution, and if they would have succeeded in that, they would have then been able to stage an arrest and then take the child away from her, so she would be placed in foster care, a foster care home that is run by organized crime that is directly connected to gang stalking groups. And this is one of the reasons why they created the homelessness of her. Now, you might think to yourself, why would they go through all of this elaborate stuff to do this? Because the gang stalking would occur towards even the child in the foster care home, because once a person is placed in a foster care home or a group home, the people that own these homes and have syndicated probate control of these persons who have been used in this way, the persons who have syndicated probate control of them will apply for federal, state, and local funds in that person's name, the child and or even the adult, people on disability, people that got fixed incomes like pensions, who have been made homeless, and then through staged events that happen over a period of time, like anywhere between 1 and 4 years, because they need to try and prove that the targeted individual is mentally ill, a threat to themselves or others, can't take care of themselves, and or has some kind of mental diagnoses that is causing them to either be a threat to themselves or others, and also that they can't take care of themselves because of this falsified mental diagnosis. And then they petition the state to take legal custody of the target, adults and children, to put the adult in a group home, the child in a foster care home. Then federal funds are applied for in their name, along with state and local funds, including insurance. Now, the gang stalking will continue in these homes towards either the child and or adult. Okay? And this is done so they can blame the target for the event. They will then say, well, since we got syndicated probate guardianship control of you, we believe that you need to go in the hospital because your mental illness, which the target doesn't even have, okay? They'll say, they'll create an event towards the target in these homes, and then try and bait the target to respond to it, so they can then say, look, you're having problems getting along with fellow clients. We've even rotated, because they own more than one home. So they'll rotate clients from one home to another home where the target's at, and then bait those clients or individuals pretending to be clients, okay? They'll provoke the target, okay? And harass them using other techniques every day. This is done to potentiate accumulated. This is done in order to potentiate accumulated stress. That way, they believe the target is brought closer and closer and closer to responding, because the body and mind is being worn out intentionally. Okay, and the body and mind has innate instincts, to relax and rest. They make sure the target individual is kept in a hostile environment where these dramatic events are intentionally brought about against the target to provoke them to act out, so that they can then claim you got to go in the hospital to get on medication because you're out of control. Now, this is where the doctors come into play at. They will bilk Medicare or whatever insurance is been applied for in that person's name, and bill it thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by repeating these events periodically in these homes. Now this is done to get the so the homelessness is created to get the syndicated probate control for the for the federal, state, and local funds in the target's name that will go to the owners of these homes. Each of these homes can house anywhere between 7 and 11 clients, where they're getting money per client. As a result, the mortgage on that house is paid off at an accelerated rate, and then they flip the property. And then we'll buy another property using HUD, more than likely using HUD through City Hall, and then do the same thing again and set up that house so it can house anywhere between 7 and 11 clients. So basically what they're doing is going into HUD and using other avenues to buy up cheap homes, including homes that have been taken over by these mortgage crises. And then what they're doing is they're going hunting for people that have fixed incomes or people that can be brought down this way. See, the police department officers, fire department EMS, the syndicated doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, MDs, nurse, hospital administrative staff, and even billing controllers are all connected to the syndicate. Employment descriptions being used to bring about these expeditions for these motivations. Now, so basically what gang stalking is an incremental set of protocols, tactics, maneuvers, and schemes that bring about the destitution so the destitution can be exploited. They could, like, let's say, hold on. Alright, now I'm getting a little close to 15 minutes, so I gotta really start talking fast. Let's say if they create the homelessness of the target in 2010, they will periodically stage events at the targeted individuals along the target individual's route and where they live at. So the police can be called, and since it's a staged event, they have a syndicated cop ready to answer that call, no matter who calls them, the target, the persons who were involved in the event, witnesses that they'll stage. And then, so say if 4 events happen between 2010 and mid-2011, they will then stage another 4 or 5 incidences between 2011 and 2013. And then they'll stage a few more between 2013 and 2015. This is done by them so they can make it appear that the target has a long history of mental illness based on the intentional falsified police reports, incident reports, security guard reports at plazas, business library security reports, university campus safety reports. And then they'll also, when they stage events towards the target, whether it's at the hiking area or along their routes or both, interchangeably, they will also bait the target to open up about the gang stalking, act like they don't know what it is, make a falsified incident report, and then even use that event to petition the target into county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor. This is not only done for insurance fraud, but so also that the falsified mental diagnoses can be combined with the incident reports and police reports, campus safety reports, security guard reports, and everything. And these are the documentations that are used for the syndicated probate control. So the homelessness was created for this reason. Okay. Now basically what they try to do is they literally try to say that the target is mentally ill because they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know, even though they are. Basically there's no such thing as gang stalking. Gang stalking is a type of crime, and basically what they're doing is staging all these things against the target as a result of covert surveillance, including tracking the target's cell phone and using it as a GPS locator, which means they know when the target is stationary and or mobile, and as a result that's when they bring the individuals they're going to use for that day, whether it be in the business community, whether it be on buses, public libraries, university campuses, grocery stores, banks, post offices, movie. They just created an event towards me 2 days ago at the movie theater up at La Jolla Village Square, AMC. Okay, and they used the business manager for that and the security guard of that plaza for that. Now I got undisputable proof that I was gang stalked and harassed there in the same exact way that I was gang stalked and harassed at the Ross grocery store that's right in the same plaza, and the identical verbal harassment that's caught on these tape recorders is the same at these 2 places. It's the same exact identical harassment I caught happening to me here at UCSD, USD, SDSU, and multiple other businesses. Okay. Alright, so I gotta shut this down. So it's my intention to show you that I am predicting right now that they're gonna stage events towards me at the new hiking areas that I have to move to as a result of UCSD campus police coming here to give me a citation to move, and I'm 3 miles off campus, and this occurred on August 27, 2014. We're gonna see if I'm raped, robbed, arrested. Remember, go to Google and type in gang stalking and park rangers. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.